Hi, grade twos. It's Wednesday, so we're continuing what we did yesterday. Monday, we did a sensory poem. Yesterday, we started brainstorming our rainbow poem or our color poem. So I'll show you what I did. So I made writing a rainbow poem as well. And so I'll share with you what I wrote. So I chose pink, blue, purple, yellow, green, and red to write about. And I didn't just write about objects, I also wrote about how these colors make me feel. So pink we already did, but I wrote love, flamingos, pigs, cotton candy, strawberry ice cream, and ballet slippers. For blue, I wrote dolphins, blueberry Slurpees, ocean, Cool Ranch Doritos, the Oilers, and Smurfs. For purple, I wrote magic. The color purple makes me think of magic and unicorns and fairy tales. I put butterflies, dinosaurs, passion fruit, which is delicious, lavender. It makes me think of the color lavender, and it makes me smell the color, or smell what lavender smells like. And then peaceful. The color purple makes me think of peace, and that goes back to that lavender smell. Lavender really helps calm people. So when I think of purple, I think of the smell of lavender and just feeling really at ease and peaceful. And then for yellow, I wrote lemons, corn. I love corn. Energetic. The color yellow makes me feel like I have a lot of energy. It also makes me feel happiness because it's so bright. The moonlight I think of when I think of the color yellow. And I also wrote rubber ducks. So little rubber duckies in the bathtub. That's what I think of when I think of the color yellow. Then for green, Starbucks, because unfortunately I have a bit of a obsession with Starbucks drinks. I think of shamrocks. I think of calmness. The color green to me means being very zen and calm. I think of kiwis, the fruit. I think of frogs, and I think of Ireland, which is the country that my parents are from. So I have a very clear vision of the color green in my head when I think of that color. Then I have, for red, Santa. I think of Santa. When I think of the color red, I think of roses. I think of fire. I think of hot sauce because I love spicy food. I think of apples, and I think of berries, like raspberries and strawberries. So now you're going to take your Writing a Rainbow planner here, and you're going to choose the color that you think you had the best ideas for. So I think I'm going to choose the color green, okay? So I'm going to choose the color green, and then I'm going to be writing my poem about that color. So now I want you to look at your Writing a Rainbow template, and I want you to choose what color you would like to do. Okay, grade twos. So we're going to write our poem now. I'm going to demonstrate for you. I'm going to show you how I'd like you to do it on these Google Slides. If you want to write it out by hand, that's okay too, but I'll show you how you can do it directly on the slideshow as well. So I'm going to model it for you. So the first thing I'm going to do, here I have what my poem is going to look like. So I'm going to double click where it says title. Sorry. And I'm going to find that symbol. I'm going to press, delete. And I am going to go to the top here where it says insert. And I'm going to go to word art. Okay. In this box, I'm going to write what color I chose. So I chose the color green, and it's a title, so I'm going to have a capital letter, and I'm going to press enter on my keyboard. And now look, I have a big title for my poem. Now, if you go on the top here, and you can see my cursor, and I'm going to choose fill color. Why is that not working? Oh, there we go. I'm going to choose green because that's my color. I'm going to make this a bit smaller, and I'm going to move this up to the top of my screen and click outside of it. Awesome. So we're going to start here. So we have a title. So blank is the color of blank. So I'm going to double click here, delete my question mark, and I'm going to write the color. Green is the color of. what is green the color of? So I can use my Writing a Rainbow planning sheet to help me. So I'm going to choose calmness. So green is the color of, delete my question mark here, calmness. The color of blank. So we're going to write something else from our little planning sheet. So the color of Starbucks. What else is it the color of? The color of frogs. And I'm going to put Ireland. So far in my poem, I have green is the color of calmness, the color of Starbucks, frogs, and Ireland. And there's already periods here, so you don't need to worry about that. Now I'm going to write the color again. So it says blank tastes like blank. Green tastes like. Now try to use what you wrote in your planning sheet. So when I luckily wrote something that is a food, so I can easily write green tastes like a kiwi. But if you didn't write a food down, try to think of a food, or try to think of one of the things that you wrote down. How do you think that would taste? Kind of like our sensory poem the other day. So green tastes like a kiwi, but I want my writing to be not so boring, a little bit more detailed. I want my reader to imagine what it tastes like. So to me, green tastes like a ripe kiwi, okay? Green tastes like a ripe kiwi. Green tastes like a ripe kiwi. Okay, and I'm just going to take that out. This is if you need more space to write. Green tastes like a ripe kiwi. Blank looks like blank. Green looks like. So what does green look like? So look at your planning sheet. If you don't have something that fits, then brainstorm something else, or think about, like in the sensory poem, one of those words and what it would look like in your head or what you imagine. So green looks like, it looks like Ireland to me, because Ireland's super, super green. But I don't want my writing to be just like green looks like Ireland. How can I make it more detailed? So I'm going to say green looks like the lush, which might be a hard word for you. Lush just means like very rich. The lush grass and trees of Ireland. And I made a mistake here. Lush. Okay, so the lush grass and trees of Ireland. See the words that I used? Can you imagine what Ireland looks like when you read that? It's better than just saying green looks like Ireland. Well, what does Ireland look like? It looks like so much greenness. It looks like really green grass and really green bushes and trees, okay? So try to be descriptive if you can. Okay, I'm going to delete that. Green feels like. What does green feel like? So, green feels like, okay, so I went through and I highlighted it just to make it pretty, but that is totally up to you. I don't want you to be wasting all your time doing that. So here's my poem, Green. Green is the color of calmness, the color of Starbucks, frogs, and Ireland. Green tastes like a ripe kiwi. Green looks like the lush grass and trees of Ireland. Green feels like a relaxing day at the spa. Green sounds like the ribbit of a frog. Green smells like a freshly picked shamrock. Green is the color of calmness, the color of Starbucks, frogs, and Ireland. Written by Miss Gleason. Okay, so now it's your turn. You're going to make your color poem. It's like a color sensory poem. So take your rainbow, pick the best color, or the color that you had the most ideas for, and you can edit directly on the slide, or you can do it by hand if you'd like on a piece of paper. You could use some pencil crayons and markers and put everything in that color if you like, or you could even draw. If you decide to do it on paper, you could draw things that are that color. So if I were to do this on a piece of paper at home, maybe because I chose green, I would draw some leaves in the background and some trees, but you don't have to do that. I'm not expecting you to do that, but if you'd like to, then you can do that. Otherwise, I'd like you to use as many describing words as you can. Do your best to really paint a picture for the reader and be as detailed as you possibly can. Remember, with poetry, there is absolutely no rules, so do whatever you like. Just enjoy the process.